I came in as an underage rookie where I know I had to be humble and be prepared to learn, but also be confident. Going into this next year, I'm ready to learn, and I'm so excited by the opportunity to be coached by the best and play with the best and be at one of the best schools and just take it all in and learn and contribute and be part of the team.
Hello and welcome back to Rinkside Rundown, the podcast that brings you inside the world of women's hockey, one story at a time. I'm your host, Chris Sinclair, and today on the show, I'm joined by Kylie Hollingsworth, an incredibly exciting forward with the Nepean Junior Wildcats of the Ontario Women's Hockey League. Kylie is in her final season in the OWHL before heading off to begin the next chapter of her exciting hockey journey at Boston University next fall. Kylie, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Of course. Yes, absolutely looking forward to learning more about your journey. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. And as is a tradition on the show, we always start where it started for you. So can you take us back to the very beginning? What first got you into hockey and what made you fall in love with the sport that you're going to continue carrying on at the prestigious Boston University next fall?
Well, I grew up in a hockey house. My brother played in the OHL and in the Quebec League. He's now playing in U Sport. My sister played junior in the OWHA. My dad still plays hockey a couple times a week. So I'm the youngest child. I spent lots of time running around the rinks, watching games. Even at one point, I dressed up as a mascot for my brother's team, played for the Ottawa Stinks, so my parents put me in a Bumblebee costume. And I just love being at the rink, watching the games.
Do you ever feel a little bit of pressure with all the amount of hockey and passion and skill that's in your family? Do you ever feel a little bit of pressure to make sure that you hit those standards as well?
A little bit, but I'm a pretty competitive person, so honestly, it just motivates me to keep up with my siblings and try to be better than them.
Of course, I love that. Good motivation right there, that's for sure.
Mhm.
When you look back on especially those first few years playing hockey, were there any moments maybe that stood out to you, like a moment where you were like, you know what, this might be something that I'll want to pursue?
Well, one of my favorite early memories playing is on my 8th birthday. We were playing in the league championships, and we were playing against our rivals, Canada Rangers, and we won 1-0, and I scored the game-winning goal. So it was a pretty exciting feeling for me getting to be in the dressing room wearing the player of the game minion hard hat while we're eating cupcakes celebrating my birthday. Best feeling, felt on top of the world.
Talk about a good birthday gift, man. Oh boy. Especially now when we look at the leagues like the PWHL that's we're going into the third season there. We're talking a lot more, I think, about role models. We're talking about those people not only that you are looking up to or that you've looked up to, but also the fact that you yourself are now a role model for the next generation of women's hockey as well. But you growing up in Ottawa, who were some of those role models for you as you were growing up? Those people who maybe inspired you to continue and pursue this career?
I definitely have a few. I mean, I grew up watching the Sens, my hometown team. I had lots of players I loved. Mark Stone lived a couple streets down from me. I had Trick or Treat at his house, so I really liked watching him. But as for some women players that I really admire and look up to, my favorite PWHL players are Rebecca Leslie and Brianna Jenner, both charge players and awesome people. I love how hard they play. They're such effective forwards. I had the opportunity to work at both their summer camps, helping out on the ice, and they're just such great people and such amazing hockey players.
What was it like working with them in those camps? What were there some takeaways that you had, and maybe just what was that overall experience like? It's great that they're obviously so invested in the community as well.
It was so great. I had so much fun. There was so many different charge players all helping each other, and it's so fun to see. I look up to them as such superstars, and they're such fun girls to hang out with. I had so much fun just in the locker room getting to talk with them. and, like, watching how they coach the younger kids, like, it helped me, the tips that they gave, and they're just so amazing.
Yeah, it's wild when you see them on TV or you see them skating in person on the ice or whatever, and then you get you have this they're untouchable. They're these giant like it's just a wild thing, and then all of a sudden they're right standing right next to you, and you're talking to them, and they're just a normal person.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, they were so fun to just talk to, and they're joking around, and I forget they're girls having fun playing hockey.
Mhm, mhm, absolutely. As I mentioned off the top, you are a current member of the Nepean Junior Wildcats. You've grown up through that organization throughout your junior career. What does it mean to wear that jersey and have the opportunity to represent your hometown?
I mean, I've been in the Wildcat organization for 10 years, so it's like it's an honor, and when I was younger, I'd always go watch all the junior games, and I really looked up to those players and, like, I was a fan, and now when I see the younger girls, I make an effort to always go talk to them and get to meet them because 'cause I'm just so proud to, like, represent the junior team and get to where they end.
Yeah, and you've also mentioned how much family has been a part of your hockey journey. As it is for a lot of, especially athletes, I find that, without a great family support system, it definitely makes it a lot more challenging to be able to pursue those dreams that you have. How has your family supported you along the way, whether it was maybe just a kind word of encouragement, or maybe it was some feedback after a game, or maybe, in those practices, or, maybe an outdoor rink when you were growing up as well. What were some of those experiences like for you?
Well, my family's been super supportive, of course. My dad coached me when I was younger, and my siblings and I shoot pucks together in the basement. Like you said, we'd go to the ODR together and practice. My mom's always been my team manager, so it's definitely a family affair for me. Feels like we're always watching each other's games and cheering each other on. Even my nana, my grandparents are very involved. Three kids all playing high level hockey. My parents would need help with drives and taking care of us when someone's gone at tournaments. So they were always there helping me out and cheering me on. So it was really great to have all them. My brother's been a huge help because he's such a great hockey player. He currently plays at U of T for the men's team. So when I'm in Toronto, I get to go watch his games and he watches mine online and kind of helps me out, gives me some tips.
Do you find that it's a little bit extra motivating, for you personally, when you have all of these people rooting for you and cheering for you in your own corner, and really supporting you along your journey?
Like, definitely. It's just so great, like, when I have something go well for me in hockey, how happy it makes the rest of my family and how much they support me and that I can make them happy, like, by doing well for myself, and it just really helps me through the ups and downs to always have them in my corner.
So, as you had shared, you have been a part of the Wildcats, the Nepean Wildcats organization for the last decade. Um, how has your time with that program and that organization and the various levels that you've gone through with that helped you, not just as a player? I would love to hear that, of course, but also as a person off the ice.
Well, since I've been there for so long, I've had some coaches that I've had many times and that have really like followed me through my career and helped me get to where I've got to. Like my current head coach, Elliot Spencer, I've had him 6 different years. So he really knows me and has helped me so much as a player and as a person. And I'm just so grateful that I've gotten to know him so well. And I've learned from my teammates as well. Like in my first year playing junior, I was lucky. My captain, Avery Norman, was like best captain you could ask for. She was very like charismatic. Everyone on the team loved her and she so supportive and she held everyone accountable. So like now as I'm a captain in my last year, I try to take an approach like her and have everyone like feel together as a team and have fun and be friends while still holding them and myself accountable.
Yeah, so maybe while we're on the topic here, just about leadership,
Mhm.
what does, yeah, I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but let's expand on it. What does leadership mean to you, and what is it? mean to be a part of that leadership team and to be leading this team, who is currently, as of recording, fourth in the league? No big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We've got such a great group of girls, like such strong players and such a good group in the room. Um, I think big part of being a leader is like kind of putting the team first and just making sure everyone feels like they're a part of the team, that they're contributing and that they're important. Everyone gets along. I feel like I'm someone that people are very comfortable to talk to and ask for help, which I think is a huge part of being a leader because I can just help everyone feel as good as they can to lead to them playing as well as they can. So I just want to make sure everyone's kind of on the same page, supporting each other, and making a good team, great team is all about having each other's backs.
Great answer. Look, it's spoken like a true leader. I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
So one of the fascinating things that I learned about you was that hockey is not your only sport, or hasn't been your only sport throughout your journey, your athletic journey. We're going to expand now to your athletic journey. Um, I'm going to name a few of those sports, but I feel like it would be easier for me to name the sports that you aren't playing or you haven't played, because I feel like that list is a lot shorter. But it's things like field hockey, golf, ringette, softball, football. And it's what I thought too, or what I found interesting too, was that it's not just, maybe it wouldn't be as surprising if it was things like ice hockey and field hockey, where there's some transferable skills there, at least
Mhm.
from my perspective. But from you, from being able to play a lot of those different sports throughout your journey, what are some of those skills, or maybe those lessons that you've learned or are able to take away from those individual sports that have helped you specifically on your hockey journey?
Well, this year I've joined the basketball team at school, which is a
Oh, good.
super
That's
fun
another.
sport.
I didn't list that
Yeah.
one. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one I just did this year that I'm having a lot of fun with, but it can kind of translate to hockey since they're both 5-on-5 sports. And I think like a big thing in basketball is body position and time and space. So like if you lose body position, you're going to get burned. And that's something I've been able to like work on and transfer into hockey because it's so important defensively to have good body position. And it's so much harder in basketball because it's such small space. So they're right at the net once you lose them. So getting good at that in that sport has just made it so much better for me in hockey as well.
Yeah, so I guess expand on that a little bit as well, because I mean, the assumption I would have is that being involved in so many different sports does give you an edge. I mean, in all of those sports, because it teaches you different lessons.
Mhm.
Do you find that's been the case for you? Do you feel like you have, because you are so athletic, that it's given you an edge as a hockey player?
I think so. Like playing in so many sports in high school only, it makes me like work with different kind of athletes, work different muscles and train kind of different parts of my body that I don't in hockey. And interacting with all these different people that aren't hockey players like me on different teams makes me like a better leader and just a better athlete all around.
Ooh, again, spoken like a true leader. I didn't even think about that aspect of just being able to connect with different people, different personalities from different sports makes
Mhm.
you a better person and a better leader. Ooh, great. Absolutely. I like that. Okay, so um another question I have for you is just how you manage your time, because it's one thing to play sports, or to play one sport at an elite level,
Mhm.
and then also achieve your academic um, aspirations at an elite level. But you have, again, as you just mentioned, also have just added basketball to your repertoire. So, how do you find you're able to manage all of those commitments and still maintain the skill set and the skill level that you have on the ice?
I mean, it's definitely a lot. I'm busy all the time, but hockey is my main priority in sports. At the beginning of all my seasons with school sports, I tell my coaches that hockey is the priority and that it's going to come before the sports I'm playing at school. And they all understand, they get it, they know how important it is to me, and they're just happy that I'm able to have the opportunity to get to do it all.
This episode is brought to you by MB Performance Nutrition, fueling the next generation of hockey players. Whether your athlete is just starting out or chasing next level performance, MB Performance Nutrition has free resources to help, like a meal timing guide and protein powder buying checklist. Founded by Melissa Bufunos, a certified holistic nutritionist and former elite hockey player, MB Performance Nutrition also offers one-on-one coaching, team workshops, and more. Learn more at melissabufunos.com. That's MELISSABOUFOUNOS.com. When I was preparing for this,
Mhm,
I also found a quote of yours, a favorite quote. I'm sure that there are many, many favorite quotes of yours, but
mhm.
one stood out to me, and I like it partly because it's just very short, very powerful. And I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Okay. So I feel like this would be great for like a t-shirt or something like that. But one of your favorite quotes is, "Don't get bitter, get better." What does that mean to you?
So that quote is from Fred Parker. He coached my brother. I went to his summer camps when I was younger, and he's a scout for the Calgary Flames. And there's so many ups and downs in hockey, and at times it can be very frustrating. And I like this quote because the only thing you can really control is what you do. So it's about when things aren't going your way to just focus on the controllables and let it like push you to make you better.
Can you think of a time where there was that challenge, where there was an obstacle that you had to overcome, and how, maybe that quote inspired you to get to push through that, or what it was also that may have helped you to push through that challenge or that obstacle that you've had to overcome throughout your journey?
It relates to my first year of junior. I would sometimes get frustrated because I wasn't getting some of the opportunities that the older girls would get. And it would get really like frustrating, discouraging. But having this mindset that I can only work on what I can control and not letting like other people's decisions affect my game and just keep on working and it will come. That kind of mindset really helped me get through those times.
Throughout your journey, and I'm sure that this is going to be a common theme throughout your this next chapter and beyond as well. But you've earned quite a few titles and awards for yourself, and one of which, or two of which, were Junior Athlete of the Year, Varsity Hockey MVP. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you when you win these awards? First of all, congratulations, of course.
Thank
But
you.
when you win these awards, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you inspired to continue improving so that you can get that next award or you can get that next milestone?
Well, obviously I'm grateful to get those awards and it's an honor to get them, but I don't really like play the sports to get the awards. So I think just because of how much I love playing and how much fun I have doing it, it keeps me motivated and I just want to get better. And I'm always trying to like perfect what I'm doing and just have fun.
I had mentioned off the top that you are committed to Boston University. First of all, I want to get your thoughts on when you hear that you've committed to Boston University. What how does that feel? How crazy is that? Does it feel real yet?
No, it doesn't feel real yet. It's like, it's honestly a dream come true. It's just so exciting. Think about the players that have played there and the coaching and the facilities and just everything about it. It's like surreal. I can't believe I get the opportunity to go there, and it's just so exciting.
What was that, if you don't mind me asking, what was that process like for you, in terms of deciding which program would be the right fit for you? Because there are a lot out there. There's also maybe staying here in Canada versus going to the NCAA. What was that process like for you?
It's it's such a crazy and exciting process that like it's you're so young to make those decisions and it's just so exciting but overwhelming, like so many emotions. But I think I've always kind of known I wanted to go NCAA. Like when I was younger, I went and saw lots of schools and always thought they were so amazing. And you get to hear about all the opportunities it gives people. So when I was deciding, I've always liked BU, like loved BU. I've known players that have gone there. I went and visited the campus when I was, like, 10 years old. It's it's always been one of the dream schools, so it was so exciting when I got the call from Tara and I got to talk to the assistant coaches, and I got to see their presentation they made all about BU, and I just knew I wanted to go there.
How do you feel the experiences you've had thus far in your career have prepared you for that next step into a really intense, really passionate fan base that is Boston when it comes to hockey?
I think playing U22 in the OWHL has been a great way to prepare me for this. Like, I came in as an underage rookie where I know I had to, like, be humble and be prepared to learn, but also be confident and try to contribute to the team. So I think going into this next year, I'm ready to learn, and I'm so excited by the opportunity to be coached by the best and play with the best and be at one of the best schools and just take it all in and learn and contribute and be part of the team.
So you have found a way to balance, as I had mentioned earlier, balance the academic life, the athletic life. Hopefully, sprinkle in a little bit of social life in there as well when you can. How do you plan on balancing all of those things now? In taking, it's a big jump, right? It's a big jump from the OWHL to NCAA to your collegiate career. How do you plan on making sure that you're able to navigate that? Are you starting to think about how you want to start planning out your, maybe creating some sort of action plan before you head into your collegiate career?
Again, I think playing in the league I'm in now prepares me for that because it's such a crazy travel and game schedule that I have to be so on top of everything, my schoolwork. So, like, this past weekend, we had our bus trip to London. So that's a long bus ride with all my teammates, and I had a math test Monday morning. So as much as I'm having fun on the bus, I'm always the first one to start singing and playing games, but putting aside time to focus and study and get done the work I need to do is my number one priority, but making sure I find time to hang out with my teammates and have fun is always gonna happen too.
Yeah, of course. It's life is about balance, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, it can't just all be about work, right? Um, so before we get to the final segment of today's show, the
Mhm.
final buzzer, I want to ask, um, for someone like yourself who, when we look back, what now, let's say 3 years ago, 4 years ago, the idea of pursuing hockey as a career wasn't really an option. You have the option to, try out for the national team program, of course, or maybe pursuing your hockey journey overseas in Europe. Um, but now there's the PWHL, and the PWHL, there's obviously a local team that maybe one day you would want to play for, of course. But how motivating is it for you to have this league and to know that this is ahead of you? That yes, of course, you have your collegiate career you have to go through, but there's a professional league that you can get paid to play this sport that you love. How much more motivating is that now?
Like, it's so awesome, like, obviously, I've always been so motivated to go as far as I can in hockey, but now there's this incredible goal to look up to, and, like, that's the dream to make it there, and when I got to go to some of the Ottawa Charge games, like, seeing how packed it is with fans and the energy in the rink is just so exciting to see that happening for these women that have worked so hard their whole hockey career and finally got the opportunity to see that happen.
I know I said that that was going to be my last question before the final segment, but I have one more because I would be remiss if I didn't ask. Um, you're, of course, you're heading off to Boston University. This is now the furthest that you will have played hockey away from home. Grew up in Ottawa, play for the Ottawa team, one of the Ottawa teams here. Um, are you nervous? Are you nervous to be that far? I mean, it's far. At least it isn't super far away from home, but it is far.
Mhm.
Are you nervous?
I mean, of course I'm nervous, but I'm just so excited. Like, I'm nervous about being away from home and all my school friends. I'm gonna miss so many people, but it's just so exciting the opportunity that I get, and I can't help but be just so happy and so excited to be there.
I feel like, of course, you're going to miss things, but it's all of the cool things that are all of the cool things that are happening for you, and happening to you at Boston University. I'm sure will keep you busy,
Yeah,
and you'll be able to focus on those things as you embark on this next exciting and next chapter. And I'm excited to root for you. I know that there are a lot of fans out there who are feeling the same way. Root for the incredible talent, the incredibly talented player that you are, the person that you are. We're excited to see where this next step takes you. And then beyond that, hearing your name called at a PWHL draft.
thank you. That's the dream.
That's the dream. There it is. Okay, final segment of the show. We call this the final buzzer. All right. Are you ready to take this test?
I'm ready.
What is your go to pregame meal?
Rigatoni bolognese with salad on the side.
Ooh, okay, heavy meal. I respect that. Favorite way to unwind after a big game?
Um, cool down and talk with my teammates about the game. And then I'm always starving when I get home, so I'll eat, put on my Normatex, and relax.
Is there a song or artist that always gets you in the zone before puck drop?
Yeah, I kind of have more weird pregame music. I like Kesha or Britney Spears that are like high energy that I can dance to.
Is there a favorite spot here in Ottawa that you like to relax or maybe hang out away from the rink?
I love Starbucks. I love going there at lunch, just in my free time.
Okay, like it. What's your order?
Usually I get a strawberry side lemonade.
Okay. Um, as we've talked about, you're someone who enjoys a ton of sports, a ton of different sports. What's a hidden talent that most people wouldn't be able to guess about you?
Um, I'm really good at doing the worm.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that answer. I wasn't expecting. Okay, so when did you learn that you were able to do that you were so skilled at the worm? Which
I like when I was really young, probably in like grade 1, I think my lunch monitor taught me at school, and I've it's just always stuck with me.
all right. All right. Hey, who knows what you're going to learn at school, right? Um, what's the best piece of advice that you've gotten from a coach or a teammate so far in your career?
One year when I was having a bit of a dry spell for scoring, I was getting really frustrated, and my coach, Tony, pulled me aside before the game and said, "The best way to come out of the slump is to stop worrying about it, relax, and it will come." And I really took that to heart and just focused on that game, on having fun and just playing the game, and it worked, and I was back.
And she was back. And that reminds me of a phrase that I hear a lot, and that's just be where your feet are. Just be in the moment. Don't think too much. Don't think about, as you've mentioned, don't think about the things that you can't control. Just think about the things you can control.
Mhm.
So I like that. Um, which I feel like has answered my last question of this game, but I'm still going to ask it anyways, just in case there might be something different here. But if you could give your younger self one piece of advice before specifically starting their university hockey, what do you think that would be?
Yeah, I'd say pretty similar to what I was talking about, but just like, don't think of every shift as a means to an end. Try to just enjoy the game, enjoy every shift, and just play the game that you love and have fun.
Play the game that you love. I love that, and I think that's a perfect way to wrap up this conversation. Unfortunately, our conversation needs to come to an end, but Kylie, it's been an absolute pleasure learning a little bit more about you, and learning about your journey so far. And cannot wait, as I mentioned earlier, to cheer you on as you go and embark on this exciting next chapter of your hockey career. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to make time for our conversation. It's been an absolute blast.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun.
And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow hockey fans. Your support helps us to continue bringing you stories from around the world of women's hockey. I'm Chris Sinclair. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time on Rinkside Rundown.